What's up? It's Mr. Calvin of Mr. Calvin's Bouncers, and we are breaking down our dual lane combo bounce house. Let us show you how we break it down. All right, first we gotta unplug the bouncer. That's right, once we unplug it, it's gonna go tumbling down. All right, so we have our zipper here. It is located on the outside of the slide. So we're trying to pull up that Velcro so we can get to that zipper and so we can unzip it because we're trying to get as much air out as possible. As the air is going out, we want to make sure we're pushing down that slide to try to get it as flat as possible. Easy process. We want to make sure we keep it open, and now we're going to attach the Velcro that will allow it to stay open while we move to the next part. All right, so we'll make sure we try to move the castle points to the inside of the bouncer. We want to make sure that nothing is hanging out. As you look over the bouncer, we're trying to straighten it out so that when we fold it, it's pretty flat. And so that's what we're looking at, to move the castle points from the front to the back so that, like we said, it's going to be flat as possible. Next up, we're going to try to get this entrance ramp and make sure that it's in and it's not hanging out. The key word is we're trying to get this as flat as possible. That's right, we're gonna move over there and let's see what we can step on and make sure it's not hanging out. We're getting close to it, bringing it in, that's right, covering it up. Wanna make sure nothing's hanging out. Now it's time to fold in this slide. That's right, we got our stopper and we're gonna try to fold it over. And once we fold it over, we're gonna step on it to get the air out of it. So, because that's a breaking point. As you can see on the end, you have the separating part. You got the slide and we have our stopper. So once we have the stopper in and step on it, I'm gonna get the strap on one end of my left, get the strap in my other hand, my right. Let's do it again, we got the right. All right, let's get our left hand and we're gonna move this over while we're stepping on the top of the slide. Come on. Just pushing it over. And we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna make sure that everything is in the inside. We're gonna pull that over, kind of stepping on that, pushing it over to the middle. We don't want anything to be hanging out. Let's get back to pulling it over. Got our straps and we pull it. There we go, we're pulling it. And you will see once a couple more pulls, one more, right there, a little bit more. Okay, now you still can see the separator between the slide and the bounce house. You see where we have that blue, yellow, and blue. That means that's a perfect, maybe one little more tug on it, but we got it right. And so we want to make sure that we have it. There you go, quite enough so we can get to stepping on it and marching out that air. And so we just, like I said, we're just trying to get it flat as possible. So when we fold it over, it's not still big humps in the middle of it. Let's make it harder for us to fold. So we're just gonna keep stepping this out, stepping it out, going backwards, going forwards, and we're gonna take our time to walk it out, because like I said, we're trying to get it flat. And definitely, if you're there by yourself, you wanna make sure, don't cheat the process. Don't just kind of fold it over and then you get it and it's like, how is this thing so big? Because you didn't take the necessary steps. Walk it out, you got the air out, it's gonna come out. Just keep walking it out and make sure we have everything in the inside. So when it's time to fold, it's very easy, or easier, because they are heavy. This is our biggest combo bouncer, is our dual lane, so it gives it another slide to deal with. So now it's folding time. I'm trying to get the edge of it, get a good grip on it, and now we're gonna, there you go, pull it, get a good yank on it, and that's pretty much it. You're gonna get back on top of it to walk it out, but that's if you by yourself. You can get in the middle of it and pull it over. Now it's time to pull over the other side, and that's right, we're just gonna pull this all the way over. That's right, yank it, pull it over. So I know I look a little big, but I do make it sometimes look easy, but you're pretty much just getting that handle and we're gonna put it over. So once it's over, you guessed it, we're gonna get right back on top and we're gonna walk it out, get as much air out of it as possible. So you're always gonna hear me that when you hear me doing a breakdown. That's very important on any bouncer you get, whether it's big or small. Definitely, if they're big, walk out the bouncer. Take the time, takes the extra 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes to get this as flat as possible, so when you're folding it up, it's not another 5 or 10 or 15 minutes because you can't get this thing folded up small enough. So take out the time and walk it out. All right, so now it's time to roll this thing up. And sometimes we try to get it as small as possible in the beginning, but with the bigger bouncers, you won't be able to get it as tiny. So just kind of lift it up a little bit more and kind of just shove some of that the bouncer down in there. So we're gonna have to pick it up a little bit more. So then when we pick it up, we're still rolling it, but it's like a big pig in a blanket. We're trying to get it as tight as possible while we're rolling to make sure nothing is hanging out. And then we're getting all of this in the inside, and there's nothing hanging out on the left or the right. We're trying to get underneath it, put our back into it. We're gonna see my knees are always pressed against the bouncer while I'm folding it up. Come on, get underneath it. Putting that weight on it, so I'm always putting either my forearms or my knees, or both, my knees and my forearm. I'm putting my whole body on it to make sure I'm putting that weight on it. There you go, because you want to make this as tight of a roll as possible. So as we finish up, we want to make sure that we have our blower tubes in the inside, so that's not hanging out. And you see we already have our straps down in position, so we don't have to pick up the bouncer in order to put on the straps. So we're tucking those blower tubes in there, and we're doing one last little roll. There we go. Get that over to get our straps to secure this dual lane combo bounce house. So putting on these straps cannot be overlooked, because it makes no sense to roll the bouncer as tight as possible, and then when you put the straps on, you don't put the straps on as tight as possible. And now when you're putting this on the dolly, or you having to pick it off the ground and roll it a little ways to get to the dolly, it's coming apart because you forgot to put the strap on tight. So you want to make sure you get this strap on tight. It's very important. All right, so this has been our breakdown of our dual lane combo bounce house. We hope you have enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more videos from Mr. Calvin's Bouncers. God bless.